Sup YouTube, Slide 8 Fry here. Yep, another reaction video. First time in a week and a half. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But anyway, this was something I couldn't pass up. Because now it's almost like I'm combining the two together. Reaction videos I started doing in 2020, which did help my channel a little more than some of the other, than what was, than what I was uploading over the past several years before that. But it's quite clear that nowadays what's really helping my channel are the many shorts I've been uploading, primarily the ones of Johnny Depp. There have been shorts of other content that have helped my channel too, but it's primarily Johnny Depp. So more of those to come, plus that project I've been working on that I probably should have had done in February, but had delayed, trying to find an actual a company, a brand to sponsor the video, which isn't going to happen, unfortunately. But I'll have that done over the weekend, I think, even with my work schedule. So let's focus on the reaction video at hand. I am reacting to a Nostalgia Critic video that it says one day ago, but it technically came out March 1st. So yeah, really 2 days ago, but I guess it hasn't been 48 hours yet, so it's one day ago according to the thing. Oh yeah, click. I've been meaning to watch that one. Anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Nostalgia Critic reaction. So just to let you know, I actually do have a review of Pirates of the Caribbean that I uploaded back in December. It took me 4 months to make that review. Now, I think if I had more free time, I probably would have completed making that review in maybe a month or less. But work schedule, and there was a bunch of crap I was going through in November. I couldn't get it done sooner. But anyway, let's do a reaction to this review of Pirates of the Caribbean by Nostalgia Critic. And you know what? I think I'll show a clip or two from my review, maybe entice whoever's watching to watch that review as well. And my wife is being a cat. She's very good at it. She actually sounds like one when she meows. Speaking of my wife, though, in the background, these are her paintings. She has an Etsy shop. I'll be sure to put a link for her Etsy shop in the description and in a pinned comment. She only started her Etsy shop as recently as February. And I guess the competition is really steep. She does knitting and crochet, mostly coasters. But she's also doing other things. She's actually knitted together some really nice sunflowers, which can also be used as coasters. And I really do think those who want some coasters or who like knitting and crochet, hope you check out her Etsy shop. It would really help her out. It would help us out so that we both actually have an income, not just me, and we both are paying the rent. So I can spend more on a vehicle or whatever. Anyway, let's continue. Let's actually watch this. Check it out. Nostalgia Critic, in his humorous way of doing things, is reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean. I fear that after you see this, you're probably going to be like, why would I want to watch your review? It's probably not as funny as his. Trust me, you'll like my review as well, but I'm no Nostalgia Critic, but give that a chance after you're done watching my reaction here.
To you by Chime, the award-winning app and debit card that can save you money today. Guess what? I'm coming to Dublin. Come see me in Ireland at Vaticon, March 25th to the 26th. And
I'm poor. I can't take a trip to Ireland.
the weekend right after that, you can see me in Chicago at C2E2, March 31st to April 2nd.
I can't go to Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, I was at a Macy's here in Santa Rosa, right? Northern California. There was a sweater I saw that said Chicago on it. Like, dude, at least have it be in Chicago. Like, you can't just buy a sweater that says Chicago here in California if you've never been there. You're such a poser. I even saw a sweater that said Rhode Island. What are the odds somebody from here went that far across the U.S. to the Northeast, like the polar opposite corner of the country, and had been to Rhode Island? Like, what is with those? Like, I can't. Those shirts and sweaters are stupid. You can't. Why wear that kind of stuff if you've never been there? You're a poser. Anyways, I'm just pointing out. It's just I think it's ridiculous that you see like sweaters and shirts and stuff that mention cities and states that are really far away. It's like, why have those here? You haven't been there before. At least when I had a Sag Harbor hat, I got it when I was actually at Sag Harbor, which is in New York, Long Island area. But, you know, I'm only going to wear clothes that have the name of a city or a state if it's a place I've been to before. Oh, Pirates Month, huh? I'm sure it doesn't mean he doesn't mean just Pirates of the Caribbean. He probably is referring to other movies in regards to pirates. So even that sounds pretty cool too.
Avast me, mateys! I am Hunter S. Sparrow, and welcome
Hunter S. Sparrow?
to Pirates Month!
Okay.
What was seen as a half-baked idea,
Oh, yeah.
literally laughed at by audiences just from the poster and teaser, turned into one of Disney's biggest franchises.
Yes, it did.
With 5 films in the lineup, one good and the others there, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies
think 2 and
became
3 are
even
pretty
more
good.
iconic
4,
than the original iconic ride.
5 I
To a
kinda
point
like
where
that.
instead of making the movies more like the ride, they made the ride more like the movies.
Yeah.
They earned Johnny Depp an Academy Award nomination, made Pirates cool at a time when honestly they were kind of at the height of annoyance, and allowed Disney to finally venture into PG-13 movies. I, for
Yeah.
one, can't wait until we get some R-rated flicks in there.
They're
There's
not
5
going
flicks
to.
to get through, and we're going to do exactly that all this month. Isn't that right, Will Turner?
Aye, Black Sparrow is ready to set sail.
You're not a sparrow.
I am a sparrow, a black sparrow.
Prove it.
Black sparrows are black.
Exactly. You're overqualified. Elizabeth, what should be done with him?
Captain Tam Sparrow here, savvy, and all that nautical talk.
You're not savvy, I'm savvy.
You're not savvy, I'm savvy. Savvy?
Savvy?
What?
What?
Cut! What the hell, man? You two are supposed to be Will and Elizabeth.
Nobody wants to be Will and Elizabeth.
The only person they remember is Jack Sparrow, and also
like
sometimes
Barbarossa.
the guy who's like Tim Curry, but he's not Tim Curry.
Jeffrey Rush.
That's the one.
And it makes sense anyway. It shows how much people wanted to be Jack Sparrow when the film came out.
And do terrible Jack Sparrow impressions like Malcolm's here.
Oh, come on. Will and Elizabeth were important too. They had so many classic lines like...
There's one about a corset, I think.
Exactly, that classic line Will
Corset.
said.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth said!
Let's face it, the only reason people liked these movies was for Jack Sparrow.
Now that's not true, as indicating people liked all the movies.
You know what he means, though. The success was due to him.
I still think there's more to it than that. And to prove it, I'm gonna play Will and Elizabeth, and I will let you two play Jack Sparrow.
Wow.
How do you play
That's
them both?
really big of you.
No problem at all. Let me go change in the costume to prove my point.
Man, maybe he does have a point.
Yeah, if he's willing to play both characters, which... How was he supposed to do that?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think the better question is, why is he locking the door?
Come on, hey, let's watch the video!
It's all about me, mates. Drink up me, hearties, your house! Released 20 years ago in 2003, Pirates of the Caribbean:
Damn,
The Curse of the
20
Black
years
Pearl
ago.
exceeded almost everybody's expectations.
It did, yes.
I'm really not kidding when I say audiences thought this would be one of Disney's biggest blunders. I remember people passing by the posters saying, oh my god, are they really doing this? Even when the trailers came out, I heard people laughing at how ridiculous Johnny Depp looked and that Jerry Bruckheimer was producing. Are we supposed to take this seriously, I heard somebody ask? And as it turns out, not really. Despite being marketed as a badass action flick, Pirates had a really goofy sense of humor.
It
Helmed
did,
by
yes.
the same team who penned Shrek, Aladdin, and other adventures that had a comedic edge. But on top of that, it also had a twisted side to it. Director Gore Verbinski clearly liked to work with a dark edge in his work, and with Disney saying they wanted to toughen up a little bit with their first PG-13 rating, Pirates
Yeah.
turned out to be a good outlet for him. As for Depp, yes, his performance did play a big part in the film's success, but I think we've seen he's not always the secret ingredient to a good film. I do think there's more to the series being a hit outside of just his iconic performance. So let's go ahead and take a deeper
I
look.
think Jeffrey Rush is pretty great too.
This is...
Hey, he's not even staying in costume!
How the hell are you seeing me right now?
We can't.
Well, keep quiet until I'm done with the review.
Well, we could still play Will and Elizabeth.
That is so 3 minutes ago, which in internet time is like 3 weeks. I'm moving on.
Can we at least get food and water?
Pirates don't talk.
That's not a thing.
This is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
You're completely crazy.
Ooh, this film is too tough to have the Disney logo before it. I guess this was to show there's no more kid stuff, it's all adult now?
I don't know.
Clearly. We open with a ship sailing the sea when a crewman named Gibbs, played by the underrated Kevin McNally, tells a young Elizabeth Swan not to sing about pirates.
Bad luck to be singing about pirates. It's bad luck to have a woman on board, too. Even a miniature one.
I remember that line being less ewy. She's with her father, Governor Swan, played by John.
Look at it this way. This is taking place in the 1800s, I think. So I think that that should not be considered offensive because that's a normal thing from back then. Now, if it was in something that's present day, then yeah, I'd get that.
Jonathan Pryce. And I should point out this film has a weird way. She's with her father, Governor Swan, played by Jonathan Pryce.
Yeah.
And I should point out this film has a weird way of calling back to other Disney films. Callbacks are everywhere in Disney flicks, and they're usually very clever because they work in some humor. But these are just there. For example, he's dressed as Captain Hook.
Oh, I didn't even notice that
Why?
before.
Barbossa offers an apple that Elizabeth thinks is poisoned. Sure. And look, this guy said Little Mermaid.
A little mermaid flopped up on deck and told him the whole story.
Yeah, they're more distracting than funny.
I
Now,
didn't
the
really
Kraken
notice
spat out a
them.
mermaid skeleton with red hair. That would be hilarious.
That would be.
In the water.
Elizabeth sees a boy in the water and alerts the crew. Is it a Viggo Mortensen? No, it's an Orlando Bloom. Ugh, throw him back.
Are you kidding me?
Survivor
That's
of a
messed up.
shipwreck, and Elizabeth notices something he presumably stole from Atreyu.
Pirates.
Trey, really?
There's no proof of that. It's probably an accident.
Yeah, it was probably the wind. It's always the wind. The wind set the ship on fire. 50 years later, as Elizabeth is now played by Keira Knightley, and the boy named Will grows up into Orlando Bloom.
I have a gift for you.
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
Don't you think it'll look lovely on me? She's also introduced to a corset.
Women in London must have learnt not to breathe.
Now, Mum, you don't need that rib. You got plenty more.
We're then introduced to Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, in what many have called one of the greatest character intros of all time.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
It's a great scene because this finally let people know after seeing all the ads where they make Sparrow look like a badass. Oh, he's supposed to look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Depp worked hard at getting the look and actions of this character down, but sometimes a little too hard. While most people know he heard that pirates were the rock stars of their day, so he played them like Keith Richards, many
Yes.
don't know that while Verbinski said yes to almost all of Depp's costume choices, he drew the line at an artificial nose that would fall off every single time he sneezed. Yeah, I think something was definitely going
hell
on with
did my
Depp's
computer
nose when he
do?
recommended that.
A ship like that makes this one here a bit superfluous, really.
It's a great scene because this finally let people know after seeing all the ads where they make Sparrow look like a badass. Oh, he's supposed to look ridiculous. Depp worked hard at getting the look and actions of this character down, but sometimes a little too hard. While most
know what
people
my
know he
computer
heard that
just did that
pirates
was
were the
really
rock
weird.
stars of their day, so he played them like Keith Richards. Many don't know that while Verbinski said yes to almost all of Depp's costume choices, he drew the line at an artificial nose that would fall off every single time he sneezed. Yeah, I think something was definitely going on with Depp's nose when he recommended that.
A ship like that makes this one here a bit superfluous, really. Apparently there's some sort of high-toned and fancy to do up at the fort, eh?
And like that, Russell Brand saw this performance and said, I can do that the rest of my life, but bad! While Commodore Norrington, played by Jack Davenport, starts proposing to Elizabeth, she passes out due to the tightness of the corset, resulting in Sparrow saving her.
Will you be saving her then? I can't swim!
I only dog paddle.
Wait, what are you doing?
He's
So
discovered
close
to
to
be
the
the
sea,
famous
that's
outlaw,
when-
though, and immediately arrested.
These are his, sir.
A compass that doesn't point north.
No, it only points to what your heart wants, or whatever bullshit we make up in the next one pretending we had these planned all along.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
I am the original hate-watching. He
Oh my
manages to
God.
escape, though, and works his way into Will Turner's smithy. He breaks his chains with a wheel. Hey, these people wrote cartoons, you're gonna get a cartoon. And he runs into Turner, who tries to stop his escape.
Excellent form, but how's your footwork? If I step here... Very good.
So I'm not going to pretend the writing in this is spectacular. It is more clever than I think people give credit for.
I think so, yeah.
While it is at times a little exposition-y.
You've seen a ship with black sails that's crewed by the Down.
Who makes all these?
I do, and I practice with them 3 hours a day.
Been preying on ships and settlements for near 10 years.
Adversary demands parley. You can do them no harm until the parley is complete.
There's a lot of information crammed into certain moments you might miss upon first viewing. Sparrow testing Turner's footwork is not only an excuse to have an action sequence, but it's also used to show how clever he is moving him closer towards the exit.
Yes, indeed.
When he pulls out the gun, it not only shows that he's a cheat, but also that he doesn't want to use it for certain reasons we'll discover later. But he will if he has to. He is still a cutthroat.
Please move.
No!
This shot is not meant for you.
A lot of scenes are like that, kind of doing two things at once.
Yeah.
Sparrow is captured, though, as the film tries to remind you, oh yeah, this was based on a riot, right?
The dog is never going to move.
Excuse us if we haven't resigned ourselves to the gallows just yet.
First time. Sparrow's former ship, the Black Pearl, arrives as the golden piece Elizabeth had called to them in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound like an odd comparison, but these pirates kind of remind me of the nuns from Sister Act.
That doesn't make any sense.
They really didn't have to give them that much personality, but you do appreciate that every single one feels unique. They could have just casted extras in these roles, but no, they went out of their way to cast character actors who really do leave an impression. I especially love this one guy who's obsessed with explosions. His crazy love for them is like a mix between Art the Clown and that weird bomber from The Tick.
Bad is good, baby! Down with government!
Also, seriously, what is this guy thinking answering the door?
Candy grab. Oh, I think too happy.
Wait, how's he know it's hot if later they say they can't feel anything? In fact, how'd this guy get hurricane knocked with that pan? Darn, movie sucks now. I thought it was good until it was bad.
Just a reminder, Sparrow doesn't get all the laughs.
We know you're here, Poppet. We will find you, Poppet.
Come on out, we're gonna play ninja.
Okay, then, hey!
Oh wait, that's the same guy? That's awesome.
Parley!
They find Elizabeth, but she invokes the right of parley, which means she can be taken to Captain Barbossa, played by Jeffrey Rush. And just like every role he's in, it looks like he's having a blast.
Oh yes.
I am here to negotiate the cessation of hostilities against Port Royal.
A lot of long words there, miss. We're naught but humble pirates.
Okay, so here's the thing about Will and Elizabeth in this. They are necessary characters to anchor credibility to all the goofiness going on. And in comparing the two, Elizabeth really isn't that bad. She clearly isn't trained as a fighter, so she has to use her wits to survive, and she is good at it.
That bit of shy matters to us.
Well, I suppose if it is worthless.
She has enough charm and intelligence that I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. Will, on the other hand, is so goddamn boring.
They've taken Elizabeth. We have to hunt them down. We must save her. And where do you propose we start?
The water! A lot of this may come from Bloom wanted to play the role smooth and cool, while Verbinski kept insisting he was supposed to be a dork. It's only sword fighting that he's supposed to excel at. Everything else about him is supposed to be out of place. And he's both too suave and too bland to be out of place.
I am us!
Yeah, is that really that funny? I feel like a Nicholas Hoult, Tom Holland, or James McAvoy could pull this off with more comedy and personality. Bloom just looks like Legolas needs a bath. He doesn't leave much of an impact. With that said, though, he's not awful.
No, definitely not.
He has a cute moment here and there, and clearly he's supposed to be eye candy for younger viewers. But whenever there's a scene where he's the focus, I constantly have to remind myself, oh, this scene was in the movie? I totally forgot that, despite seeing this several times.
You were familiar with that ship, the Black Pearl?
I've heard of it.
Thankfully, he teams up with Jack Sparrow, though, who agrees to help him save Elizabeth if he can help him escape and be captain once again of the Black Pearl. I feel like there's a lot of reasons that wouldn't.
How do they see where they're going? How do they stay at the bottom of the sea? How do they withstand such pressure? Oh, well, they're not that low. Come on. How do they have enough air for that long? Well, you'll see.
Work, but repeat to yourself, it's just a park attraction that's been turned into a movie. I should really just relax. They take command of a ship, and Norrington chases after them.
Search every cabin, every hole, down to the bilges.
Be sure to bring every last man on board. All eggs in this basket. It's Dark Knight Rises rules here.
Yeah, basically.
Of course, Jack and Will take over the other ship and sail off with it. Having destroyed the ship they left over's cannons
Even though Dark Knight Rises came out 9 years later.
and rudder. They'll take over the other ship and sail off with it. Having destroyed the ship they left over's cannons and rudder.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
Well, maybe it's just because you suck balls.
He's the greatest pirate we've ever seen.
Will finds out that his father, named Bootstrap Bill, was indeed a pirate, much to his letdown.
Good man. Good pirate. I swear you look just like him.
Yes, they're practically identical. Again, all planned from the beginning. They travel to pick up his friend Gibbs as well as a crew at a place that seems to love and hate him at the same time.
Not sure I deserve that.
Seems like the Deb Hurt trial in a nutshell. Meanwhile, Elizabeth lies about her last name, saying it's Turner, so they don't know she's the governor's daughter, but rather they're under the impression that she's Bootstrap Bill's child.
There's no need to stand on ceremony. You must be hungry.
Jesus, you pig!
This is Aztec gold. A terrible curse.
Why is it every moment he's on screen I want him to sing, "I'm reviewing the situation"?
I don't know.
Wow, he actually said "arr." I'm not sure why I assumed this movie wouldn't have him do that, but it's strange to see for some reason.
I think it's awesome.
It wasn't even prompted. Couldn't he have at least been like, "Sorry, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. We needed a break from our usual Talk Like a Bored Office Worker ritual." She discovers, though, he's working with a skeleton crew who can't die or feel anything because they're cursed. But returning the gold they stole along with her blood will lift it.
Look, the moonlight shows us for what we really are.
I'm sure I said this before, but anything supernatural that has a blank leads to blank, I usually love. Pour water on a sea creature and they're revealed. Sun rises and gargoyles turn to stone. And yeah, moonbeams revealing ghost pirates is pretty damn awesome.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's the most fun and creative thing in the movie. I just love it.
You best start believing in ghost
Looks really
stories,
good
Mr.
there.
You're in one.
And spoilers, we do make random sounds so that ghost hunters can go, "What was that?"
I'm gonna check out What If Hades Raised Hercules, but I'm not gonna do a reaction.
Hi, Mr. Actor. I wanted to go over this read you did recently for Chime, particularly the part where you say, "Chime's good." No, it's so much more than that, Mr. Actor. No, money can't buy happiness, but not worrying about your money comes close. And that's where Chime can help you smile more, Mr. Actor. They were named the #1 most loved banking app. With payday up to 2 days early and fee-free overdrafts up to $200, they offer financial peace of mind in your wallet. All with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. Now, Mr. Actor, with a name like that, you should really go into waiting tables. Hi-yo! I really think you should see for yourself why Chime is so loved at chime.com/nostalgia. That's chime.com/nostalgia. And just to get across my point even more, I'm going to talk very, very fast.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provider by the Bancorp Bank or Stripe Bank. NA members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. See chime.com/spotme. Chime with the 2021 #1 most downloaded banking app in the U.S. according to Apptopia.
So just keep that in mind on your next read. And this other one here, you completely missed the mark with Factor. In the recording, all you gave us was, Mr. Actor, you are wrong. You are just wrong, sir!
Okay.
That's why you should power up for springtime with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Get nutritious, Mr. Actor. Chef-prepared meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list. Not that you have much of a to-do list, Mr. Actor, which means you have a loser life. Okay, that was pretty harsh.
That's messed up.
But look and feel your best in time for warmer weather with calorie-smart meals around 550 calories or less. Or less, Mr. Actor. Too busy to cook? With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Heat and enjoy, Mr. Actor. I'm sorry, I get really emotional when I talk about Factor. It's just... Factor has delicious flavor-packed meals to help you live to the fullest. Choose from keto, vegan plus veggie, calorie smart, and protein plus options on the menu each week. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long. Not that that mattered to you, you selfish son of a... I'm sorry. Keep it together, director or producer, whatever I am. With 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. Enjoy meals for any time of the day with breakfast options like egg bites, smoothies, and more. Plus, replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45-plus add-ons. Want to come back on takeout? Get Factor instead, Mr. Actor. It saved my life. Okay, it didn't do that, but I wanted to. I wrote a fan fiction. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. Put the time and money you save towards planning activities for when the weather warms up. Eating vegan or veggie is a snap with Factor. Because each meal is prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, you know that your Factor meal has all the ingredients you want and nothing you don't. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add protein to select vegan plus veggie meals each week. So get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle, Mr. Actor. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Now here's where you better listen, you son of Satan. Head to factormeals.com/nostalgia50 and use the code nostalgia50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code nostalgia50 at factormeals.com/nostalgia50 to get 50% off your first box. And you know,
this isn't as entertaining as his other ads I've
I'm down
seen.
to one knee here, Factor. Asking the question, will you taste delicious? She said yes! She said yes, Mr. Actor! Yeah, I'm sorry, whoever this is. I'm not a producer, I'm just nuts.
Yes, you are just nuts.
Doug plays Arkham Asylum for the first time ever every Friday on Twitch. We also have content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there.
Okay.
Jack and Will acquire themselves a crew, including Zoe Zeldana.
You stole my boat.
You'll get another one.
I will.
I don't need this. I have like 5 green screens to be in front of tomorrow.
Those came later in her
tells
career.
Turner about how Jack had his ship taken away by Barbossa and marooned him on a desert island.
But not before he'd gone mad with the heat.
So that's the reason for all the...
That's a great impression of everybody's impression of him. They get to the treasure where they return the coin along with Elizabeth's blood, but they don't know if it worked.
How do we tell?
Do I need a joke for everything? Can't that just be funny?
It is funny.
Parlay! Down to the depths, whatever mutton they thought of parlay!
That would be the French.
Ah, the French.
Will and Elizabeth escape, but Jack gets captured and he tells him why Elizabeth's blood didn't work.
Kill him.
The girl's blood didn't work, did it?
Hold your fire!
Despite only having a few scenes together, I instantly believe the rivalry between these two. Whenever they talk, it genuinely feels like they've known each other for years, and they love getting under each other's skin, so to speak.
You know whose blood we need.
I know whose blood you need.
Jack tells him where to locate the ship, but Elizabeth has a plan of attack.
Lower the anchor on the right side. On the starboard side!
Certainly has the element of surprise.
Cannons are fired, eyes are forked up, and Jack escapes just to get captured again. Yeah, he's basically the Han Solo of this series, a smuggler who always has to be saved, even in between movies.
Yeah.
How's that plan working out, Elizabeth? You definitely got some brains, but a pirate's life ain't for you. Oh, I mean, it's what we were always building up the whole time! You know, all the bad stuff really is in the sequels, isn't it?
Monkey.
It's weird. For some reason, I don't think monkeys are funny, but people saying the word monkey is goddamn hilarious.
I guess.
You took advantage of our hospitality last time. Now you return the favor.
She goes free!
Will says his blood is what they need to lift the curse and forces them to let Elizabeth and Jack go. They do so, but abandon them on the same island Jack was marooned before.
I'd be having that dress back before you go.
Oh. I don't recall if I mentioned this in my review, but I love that part where he says, "Oh, it's so sad to see such a beauty go," and you know, she looks at him and he's like, "I'll be having that dress back." She thought he was talking about her, but it was the dress.
With your black heart.
It's purple.
Goes with your black heart.
It's purple.
So?
That'll be the same little island that we made you governor of on our last little trip. Perhaps you'll be able to conjure up another miraculous escape.
Yeah, why are you putting him back in the place he got out of again? Isn't that kind of like... Aw. Well, I know how to solve this. Oh. Jack admits it was pure luck how he got off the island before, but Elizabeth pretends to flirt with him and get him drunk so that she can set the island ablaze.
Well, devil's whiplash, it will
Yeah.
really badly. You got me hot as your hope.
Sings about as well as he did in Sweeney Todd. Elizabeth's
Oh, I
plan
thought he
works
sang
as they're
better in
noticed by
Sweeney Todd.
Norrington's
He
ship
was
and
great
picked
in
up.
that.
Jack has yet another way to weasel his way into an opportunity, though.
Think about it. The Black Pearl.
You will accompany these fine men to the helm and provide us with a bearing to Isla de Muerta.
Why do people keep listening to him?
Good question.
Pirates don't talk.
Come
Norrington
on.
agrees to let Jack help them capture the pearl and save Will.
Jack, it's not possible.
How did you escape from the place you escaped before? We were so careful to do the same thing. Jack
good
tells
point.
him about Norrington's ship outside and once again gets in their good graces. This is, of course, a quintuple cross as Jack frees Will while the other pirates attack the ship. And as fun as the sword fighting is, I will admit, my favorite stuff is just Jonathan Pryce fighting this evil
Yes,
dead hand.
I love
It's such
that
a
scene.
weird thing to keep cutting back to during this big battle, and I love it. Jack steals a gold piece as well and ends up being cursed. I honestly don't have many notes about this climax. Fighting in and out
really
of moonlight is cool. This weird thing where they put a bomb in a guy's stomach is cool.
You like pain? Try wearing a corset.
That line's a little lame, but overall the finale's pretty fun. Jack uses the bullet he's been saving for years to kill Barbossa just as Turner returns the coin with his blood.
I feel
It's a really good scene.
Okay, so this is admittedly a weird complaint, but for years I always thought he said, I feel old, when really he said, I feel cold.
Get your ears checked. I've always noticed he says, I feel cold. What are you talking about, man? What you talking about?
I think I feel old is a better line.
No.
I just love he would feel that as he gets feeling back and begins to die. If only the writers could be as smart as my terrible hearing.
Yeah. Your terrible hearing is
Normal
smart.
and Verbinski on his commentary track said, this is when you realize the movie was actually kind of about something. And it sounds weird, but I know what he's talking about. These pirates spent so long trying to get this curse lifted, to stop being invincible, and now that's gone, everything else they know is about to be taken away.
Yes.
No words, no hammered-in symbolism, just a good, quiet moment that lets it all sink in. It's a solid scene.
Oh, yes, it is.
Once again, though, Jack is captured and about to be executed, but fear not, Will helps him escape with a rope. Really don't think it's gonna do much. Did any guy train for anything in this? Is someone gonna be like, look, salt? But it's cool. Elizabeth says she loves Will and not Norrington, so that convinces him to let Jack go.
What about
Well,
Sparrow?
it took the
Well, I think we
governor.
can afford to give him one day's head start.
I love the look on this guy, like he's saying, has everyone just gone friggin' insane? We were literally just stopped by a rope. We cannot afford to give him a day's head start.
Elizabeth, it would never have worked between us, darling.
Ah, what a silly idea we tease for 2 more movies.
Drink up, me hearty yo-ho.
And that was Pirates of the Caribbean,
Secret
The Curse
scene.
of the Black Pearl. Not perfect, but a damn good time. This is the definition of a turn your brain off movie, which is not to say a lot of people didn't need to use their brains while making it. Everyone gives the impression they're having a good time on screen.
Oh, yes.
Even the ones that are a little dull still look like in a weird way they're having fun being dull. It's good to have varying degrees of believable and unbelievable, and though often cartoony, there is a bit of an edge that's welcomed with that PG-13 rating.
Yes,
For a
indeed.
film that he thought would be dead on arrival, you feel the effort of everyone trying to make something odd and unique. It's a good start to a good... It's a good start.
Come on.
And like I said, Jack Sparrow took off and everybody wanted to be him.
To death.
Whoa, you two died? I was only away 20 minutes.
Yeah, but in internet time, that's an eternity.
Also, there's the curse of the studio.
Oh, you mean you have to walk the earth for all eternity feeling nothing?
No, we just really want mixed spaghetti from McDonald's.
Oh.
You gotta be kidding me.
I had mixed spaghetti,
It's terrible.
but I want it.
They discontinued it because it was so terrible.
But I want it.
And I hate that I want it.
Come on, let's go hit ourselves in silence.
I don't think it's gonna be like the Rick and
Pirates
Morty
Month
with
has
Szechuan
just
sauce.
begun!
Ah, of the French.
This is random line.
We're still doing cameos for charity, and this month we're doing the Kennedy Krieger Institute. Kennedy Krieger Institute is internationally recognized for improving the lives of tens of thousands of children, adolescents, and adults with neurological, rehabilitative, or developmental needs. They do this through inpatient and day hospital programs, outpatient clinics, home and community services, education, and research. It's an amazing organization, and you can help them out. If you want a cameo from me saying happy birthday, good luck, or whatever, click on the link below and be giving to a good cause. If you're like, nah man, I don't want a cameo from you, you suck. Well, consider checking out this organization anyway, because it really is a great place with great people. Take a look at all the various ways you can help out.
You know, I was mentioning how it doesn't make sense to have Chicago sweaters here in Santa Rosa, California. It would make sense if you were in Chicago and you bought those, because then you could actually, you know, if people asked about it, like, you could actually say, oh yeah, I have been there. It was nice. I saw this, saw that. I've never been to Chicago, so I can't actually speak for somebody like that. But, you know. But then I was just thinking, I got this bottle at the Seattle airport. But the only time I've been to Seattle was just in the airport. Which, by the way, ironically, each time I was there, when taking a flight that landed there and then to Boise to visit my family who moved to Idaho, and then left Boise, stopped in Seattle, and then came back here, it was actually the nicest weather was in Seattle, not in Boise. Well, Boise, it snows in the winter, but like, and here it's, you know, the nicest weather out of all the places that I was at during the trip. But yeah, it was the weather was beautiful, bright and sunny in Seattle, and then when the plane landed here in Santa Rosa, it was raining. Like, what the fuck? I thought Seattle was known for the rain, but I was there and never witnessed it, but I'm not a poser for getting this, right? I mean, I actually was there in the airport, but I was there. It's cool though. I like the design. Anyways, off topic. Okay, well, that took longer than expected to make, but thank you so much for watching. He made some really great points, some things I actually kind of forgot to bring up in my own review, but I mean, Doug Walker, he's been doing reviews a lot longer than I have, like a lot longer. I haven't really done very many in general. But yeah, I mean, I love the jokes he put in there. I knew this would be a good video to do a reaction to. I was intending on doing it the day it came out 2 days ago, but I was busy with work and among other things. And my upcoming project is very close to done. I think I'll have it finished over the weekend. At least I'll try to. And despite my busy work schedule. So I think Pirates of the Caribbean is an awesome movie. I get what he means in his review, though. I mean, in some cases, yeah, you kind of just have to shut your brain off because it's just too much fun to really think that much about it. A shut your brain off kind of movie can actually be really good, and I don't see it as one of those kind of movies, but even if I did see it as one of those kinds of movies, it's still really amazing. There's a lot of stuff that just would not happen, that is just impossible, that just could not possibly happen in real life, but that's fine, you know. It's supposed to be ridiculous, like he pointed out in his review. I look forward to him reviewing other Pirates of the Caribbean films. The YouTube is his job. It is. Channel Awesome is his job, so he has all the time. Well, not all the time, but he has more time to focus on this because the job is his focus. Unfortunately, my focus is actually a job outside of home that has nothing to do with YouTube, so I don't really get that much time to make these kind of videos. I may do some more Pirates of the Caribbean reviews. I had plans to do a whole bunch of different reviews of Johnny Depp films, not just Pirates, but with how my first review of a Johnny Depp film with Pirates of the Caribbean performed, I'm not exactly confident in doing more reviews. It's pretty clear to me that people pay a lot more attention to my shorts than my regular videos. So when it comes to my YouTube channel, my primary focus will still be the shorts. But you know, I'll still put time to making certain projects, like the one I had been working on for about a couple months, I guess, maybe a month and a half. I forget how long it's been. It hasn't been as long as the Pirates review, but it's almost done. Speaking of which, so yeah, my first review for this channel was the Sonic movie. That was uploaded in 2021. I actually have other reviews I've done, but that was like a decade ago. No, that was a decade ago actually. That was on a secondary channel. It's discontinued. I'm gonna try to find a couple scenes. Jack is in prison now. The Black Pearl.
He said it! He said it!
Yeah, I included a couple memes like how Peter likes to point out when somebody says the name of the movie within the movie. So, Blast, a good one. Captain Barbossa, portrayed by Geoffrey Rush, who was much more well known in the UK, but still known internationally for his role in Shakespeare in Love. I think it's safe to say that his role as Captain Barbossa was indeed his breakout role. I mean, he seriously has the greatest pirate accent I have ever heard in all of cinema.
Very well, you hand it over and we'll put your town to our rudder and ne'er return.
You got to respect that. Hey, I tried a pirate accent of my own, in my own 2 short video series called Unemployed Pirates.
Are you alright? Where are we? Where are we? I just woke up on thy beach. It seems like our ship has crashed into these rocks. We need thy booty to repair thy ship. So where is thy ship?
Yeah, I know. A shameless plug. Check it out when you can. I actually need to put the card on this to point out the compilation that has that video. That was also from an old channel of mine. I used to be a little more ambitious with my video projects when I was going to college. In the college, I had these videos uploaded 2009 to 2013. Anyways, maybe I'll link the compilation that has that review. That's only just a part of the review, just a small part of it. Yeah, I like to put some references here and there to, you know, spice it up a little. The reason why I didn't really have any reaction to it is because I actually had seen this like 1,000 times. Well, not 1,000 times. I've seen it a lot because I was seeing it a lot when editing, so I was used to it already. But anyway, hope you guys will check out my review of Pirates of the Caribbean as well, which was definitely a longer video than Nostalgia Critic's review because I just had a lot to describe about things. He did too, but I did it in like a more concise way, I guess. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, click that bell icon to have your notifications. Stay tuned, there will be more Johnny Depp shorts. I won't guarantee that I'll do reaction videos to later Nostalgia Critic reviews of Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't promise that. I won't make that guarantee. It's clear he's making more of these for this month. And who knows, maybe he'll include other pirate-themed movies. But, yeah, I can't guarantee I'll do reactions to all of them or any of them in the future. I guess it might depend on how well this one's doing, even though I upload it 2 days later. We'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. It depends on if I have time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That'll complete this video. Have a good one. Stay tuned for more. And, oh, my upcoming project. I'll have that hopefully done over the weekend.